Normally I know how I want to start a video, but with this one it has taken me a minute. Now I just got the momentum that I need for this video. Anyway, I was watching a few videos and people are complaining about their high schools and all. Oh, let's talk about that. That's taking me down memory lane, but I want to talk about this at least once. I hated it, and not the education bit of it. It would have been interesting, but it just didn't make sense to me. You see, for home science and English, I was doing well in those subjects because they made sense to me. Yeah, I excelled in sports, music, drama because I knew what that meant to me. But the rest of it, someone didn't explain what good it was for me. They would ask what you want to be. I would say artist, and that's like, you got anything else? Anything else at the back of your mind? So, because of my previous experiences that I'm gonna tell you on other videos, I had made like a subconscious decision that I wasn't gonna let anyone or anything influence how I want to do things, even though I'm in a school setting. I had no intention of being a bad person, like, warui, like the bad people. It was not in my nature and I never wanted that. However, there are things I wasn't gonna allow for myself, and some of these things I just noticed them over a period of time in myself. So I had also kind of threatened my family that kama your shule haina home science, I'm out. There's no way I was gonna be in a school with no home science. I mostly wanted art school, like adolescents, but then the common school system did not have that. And I knew the schools that offer that, but you have to have like money, those extreme marks. And so I had to settle for home science. So one reason why I joined that school is because there was home science. So I joined high school right after 2007 election. So you can imagine we had seen so much on the news. And I had concluded you get one life and you can decide how you will spend your day, because your people lost lives, people lost homes, and I was just so grateful I had that. Being in high school was a lot better for me than I was in primary school. At least in this space, there was some level of freedom to how I can spend my time, and that that I appreciated so much. Honestly, ever since I was in primary school, I felt like we didn't exactly get alone time. If there's something I always strived to have is some alone time, some time to just be by myself, breathe, enjoy the weather. In Rema, I didn't have that. In high school, the time has been scheduled for you, and the only time you have to yourself is when you're going to sleep. I'm a time you prep. I'm talking about alone time, like time with myself. Hata nijijue, you know. But no, they didn't. You don't get that. But I noticed. I made an observation. If you get a punishment, if you get a punishment, you could be outside class, and you could get yourself some alone time. I decided to thrive. No, honestly, I'm not happy saying this. I'm okay saying this now, because I kind of have grown up and, expressed my feelings the way I always wanted to. But I honestly just wanted time to myself. I just needed to chill. I needed to breathe. Thing is, I didn't like how some of the teachers approached teaching. It was just unsatisfactory for me. I'll give you an example. Now, I don't blame them for having their ways of teaching. Maybe it was easier for them, or maybe that's how they were brought up, or maybe they were brought up through us. But can you believe my chemistry teacher? Yeah, my chemistry teacher, I don't know where she is, how she's doing, and I might have forgotten her real name. She would come into class and tell us to kneel down. Walk into class and say, kneel down. That way, she gets you to participate. And it never made sense to me. It actually never made sense to me that that is the best way she could do it. I don't understand it. She would walk in and say, kneel down. First of all, I have weak joints. Like my joints cannot handle the weight of my body. I was in pain. I was in agony. And it never interested me to answer a single question because what? I was never, in fact, my motivation was so crushed. I was just like, whether I eat this is because this is the approach. This is the energy given to me. Kneel down, kneel down. I ain't gonna listen. I wasn't listening, and honestly I didn't care. I was like, kama nitapata na chemistry huku nje ni sawa, kama itanimaliza inimalize. Tell you what, hakuna mtu ameniuliza story ya periodic table hadi wa leo. But I had to kneel every single class. Now trust me, I'd rather be outside sweeping floors than kneeling in that class. So kama ni assignment sifanyi ndio munichuje, go out, it's fine. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. And you will not believe this. One time, our deputy principal calls my mom into school, and during this discussion, and she told my mom that this girl can be head girl if she did better. And right there and then, I decided they are never gonna see better from me. I made a vow that is not gonna be one of the things you're taking from me. No, I refuse to be part of that system. Now, I honestly think they made perfect choices. The people they chose to be prefect, the school leaders, that was a perfect choice. I just didn't, it wasn't my vibe. I wasn't gonna follow people around, giving them punishment, and sitting right there in front. I was trying to just avoid all that, and these guys were just pulling it in. I was like, this woman, no. They were looking for people who are responsible. Responsible is not what I was even aiming at. All I wanted to do was learn how to be creative and an artist. That's all I ever wanted. They didn't teach me. No. Prefect. She can be prefect. Why? No. No. Not then. But if it were sports, theater stuff, music, those club things, oh yes, pick me. I was ready to serve because it benefited me. I knew how it was gonna impact my life. And one time they brought us this motivational speaker. And actually, they brought motivational speakers like twice when I was in the school. So one time they brought this motivational speaker, and this guy was so hyped about us running everywhere we go. Run to class, run to this. And I felt like, but that's against what I would want. I was like, there's more to life than running, rushing to getting there. Like, why? And I observe people, and people are actually running. And if you stopped someone and asked them, why are you running? Uyo mtu alituambia tukimbie. You're not doing it for yourself. I mean, wake up. I never understood why. There got to be a part 2. Yeah, so I'm gonna post them right next to each other so that you don't have to look for it for like forever. I'm gonna put a title as well, okay? So go check out part 2 because this video is mocked.